Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Good morning. Today is Monday, January 12th, 2025, 2026. I'm going to get it right one day. Good morning to you and you and you and you. The people that live across the alley, I don't know what happened to their garage, but the whole garage door is just, it's crazy. But anyway, they need to get that fixed, but I don't know what happened over there. For the longest, the door was open. That's where the possum was for the longest. They just, I don't know, they're just nasty to me. Like, you know, I guess maybe they didn't know who to call in regards to the possum, and I get that, but they also leave garbage. The reason why I believe they had a possum is they got old furniture in there. Everybody else garbage is pretty much, you know, on the up and up, except for them. I'm pretty sure that possum was living in that garage. But anywho, good morning. Happy Monday. It is Monday. It is Monday. Again. How are you guys? I hope you all had a great weekend. My weekend was, it was all right. It was just okay. Nothing to write home to mama about, but it was all right, considering. I was supposed to go to a birthday party for a friend, but come to find out, it really wasn't a birthday party. It was some kind of tribute to R. Kelly or something like that. And it was something to that degree. And I'm glad I didn't go. I'm so glad that I did not go, because she texted us all and said, if you're still coming, it's packed, it's a line. And when she did a live video on Facebook, and I mean, it was some type of people up in there. I'm glad I did not go. I'm glad I didn't go for many reasons. One, because it was cold. Two, because, hold on, y'all. Let me lock this door. Two, because, you know, I told y'all I'm a little paranoid. It's flu season. I've had a flu vaccine, but I'm not trying to get COVID, the flu, the stomach virus. I'm not trying to get none of that. The less people I'm around, the better. It's enough being around these germy, nasty folks at work. They be spitting in the plant and on the, you know, I guess because they consider it concrete. But why would you spit and people gotta walk through here? That's so fucking disgusting. But the way that they leave these vans, nasty. I told you all that the last week. No, you know, and I forgot to bring my wipes and stuff, but I got some other stuff I can spray. Because they do work overtime. I mean, yeah, they work on Saturdays, and sometimes I know they drive the van that I drive. Once again, I'm leaving super early so I can get there and get my key. Yeah, so I just, you know, I don't want to be around that many people. I really don't. And they were all watching the game wherever they were. You know, the Bears won. Go Bears. Bear down. Chi-Town, Chicago in the house. But they won, and I'm glad that they won, especially against the Packers. No offense. I'm not a football person, so I ain't here to argue about football because I don't watch football. But I'm here for my home team. You know, I'm not a baseball, I'm not a basketball, but I'm here for more hockey. But I'm here for my home teams, you know. But I'm glad they won. I would love for us to win a Super Bowl. We haven't had a Super Bowl since, what, 1985, 1983? I don't know. I know I was young when they won, like 13, 14 years old. I'm 55. We ain't won a Super Bowl, you know. But hopefully we win. There was a person here on my YouTube channel who made a comment about, they said, Cece, I don't know if you pissed off or whatever, but you tearing your car up. And I asked the person, I said, what are you talking about? And the person said, well, the way you know, all the potholes that you're hitting. For those of you that are here for the very, very, very first time, let me introduce myself to reintroduce myself and introduce myself to those of you that may be new. My name is Cece. I am a fashion vlogger, content creator over here on YouTube. This channel is called Cece's Fashion. It's my passion. My name is Cece. Please do not call me auntie, grandma, cuz, unless we related. Baby, all of them names, of them synonyms, you know, auntie, you know, all the stuff that y'all say, whatever. 6'7", which I still don't know what that stupid shit means. My name is Cece, and that's what I like to be called. Nothing else, nothing less. You don't have to call me anything but that. That's my name. And that's what I go by, and that's what I like to be called. I live in Chicago. If you've never been to Chicago, come on through, especially in the summer. It's a beautiful city. Beautiful, big, metropolitan city. And a city that is a city of seasons, meaning we have fall, winter, spring. Our winters are rough. Okay, our winters are rough. And because we live in Chicago, where the winters are rough, we get a lot of cold, snowy, rainy, all types of weather from November through March. Having said that, the salt that the salt trucks, you all familiar with y'all, though I know y'all, if you don't know what a salt truck is, it's a truck that comes and puts down salt so that when you get on the roads, you are not slipping and sliding and have a major accident. Okay, we used to the snow. Can it be treacherous? Yes. We're not as bad as Minneapolis, Minnesota. It seemed like it snowed even in the summertime there, which it don't. But it seems as if it does. I could not live there. The weather is horrific. Having said that, there is a lot of untreated potholes in this city, meaning that there's some potholes in this city that's been here since I was a child, and I'm 55, born and raised right here in the Chi. Never lived anywhere else but Chicago, Illinois, South Side, East Side. Went to grammar school, high school, bought me a house here in Chicago recently. This is my hometown. This is where I've never lived anywhere else but Chicago, Illinois. Right here. So with that being said, I'm not tearing my car up. I'm not doing it. We have rough roads. And because we have rough roads, you know, we always have to get our cars maintained and the maintenance on our cars, because we live in a city where they don't, the infrastructure here is bad. Our bridges are horrible. And I worked in the Department of Bridges. I know that for a fact. Our bridges are horrible. Our streets are horrible. And this city is racist, and this city is a divide. And if you go north, if you go west, you got better streets. Not so much in the neighborhoods where it's black and brown. They come and fix our streets, and then they leave our streets unpaved, this, that, blah, blah, whatever. So when you all hear me driving and I'm hitting potholes, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And it ain't nothing that I can do about it. It is what it is. Okay? So I just wanted to make make that correction, because he said that and then somebody liked his comment. Think about with YouTube, I hate when you can't see who likes a comment of people, and people leave a comment, when people give a thumbs up to that person's comment. But the fact of the matter is that we live in a city where the city puts down the whatever they put in these potholes, I forgot the name of it, and the salt, because we have to use there's a type of salt that is here on the street that they put down so that you won't be sliding. It eats this concrete up and it leaves huge craters of potholes. It's potholes right now. As I'm driving, I'm looking at all the potholes, and I'm on a expressway. I'm on Lakeshore Drive, which is like a boulevard, right? It's an expressway. It's not like the Dan Ryan or I-57 or 290, but this is what we have, and this is what it is. So, you know, I'm not tearing my car up. I'm not pissed off. I'm not angry when I'm driving to work. But the roads are bad. And so you have to dodge. It's like an obstacle course. But I've lived here all my life, and I've been driving since I was 20 years old. So I kind of know the streets of Chicago. I'm not saying I'm an expert on every street, because Chicago is a huge, huge city. And we only have so many salt trucks. And I worked in that department, streets and sanitation, for 10 years. So I've been told what the reason why we have the holes is because of the salt. And we have a crew here in the city that you know, we have a department that fills these potholes, you know. But, you know, like with anything else, you know, they fill them, but they don't, you know, the material is cheap. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, nevertheless, speaking of cars, I've got to go get my oil change this weekend. I got to get up and get out and go get my oil change this weekend. So, that's that. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there in the universe, or put that out there for those of you all that may not know who I am, but maybe you might be here for the very first time watching this channel, and you don't know where I live. You know, go look up Chicago, go look up the history of Chicago, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you've never been here, like I said, come on through. Best time to come is in the summertime, in my opinion. This is nice. Chicago is cold. It's cold in Chicago. Not all the time, but you know, we haven't had a really bad winter for a while. Last year we got freezing cold. We didn't get a lot of snow though. This time we got snow early part of December, a lot of snow, and it was cold. So we call this city bipolar because weather-wise, because one day you got spring, the next day you got winter, the next day you got summer. You know, you just never know with Chicago. But I love my city. I've been here all my life. Do I think the city has some dumb rules and things of that nature? Yeah, like every city. Nothing is perfect. So, now that we got through that, I did want to talk to you all about a subject, and it was something that I saw on Facebook, and I thought this would be good to talk about. And we've talked about it before on a live stream, They've been together since the age of 14. You all probably know who they are. You young people, y'all probably know who these young people are. I don't know who they are, okay? But y'all probably know who they are. But anywho, they've been dating since the age of 14. And right out of high school, their early 20s, they got married. They've been married for a while. I don't think they have any children, I don't think. But one of them cheated. And I'm assuming, she didn't say who, but I'm assuming that the man did. Let's just say the man did. Let's just say she did. Let's just say they both did, right? We're not going to say the man. We're not going to blame the man. We're going to say that they both cheated on each other throughout the course of being married. So they have decided to end their marriage due to irreconcilable differences or infidelity. I don't know which one. But anyway, they're getting a divorce. And whoever this couple is, people are really shocked, and they were so in love, and they were so this. Oh my God, I can't believe they're getting a divorce. Blah 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 blah. Right? I think they must be on some type of reality show or something to that nature. So my friend wrote this post, and she said that because they were so young when they got married, that it was just bound to happen that somebody was going to cheat on the other person. And because they were young, because they were so young that, they didn't get a chance to explore being with other people. They didn't get a chance to really, I guess, sow their wild oats, so to speak, or whatever. And, because they were so young, this is what, she was basically saying this, like, what more can you expect? She went on to talk about love and this, that, and the other, and, because they were young, they should have probably, they've been together since they were 14, and, this was bound to happen, because of the fact that they had never been with anybody else. I think they were both virgins when they got with each other. Maybe, I don't know. And she based everything on their age. That the reason why they cheated was because of their age. Right? And I had an issue with that, because love don't hurt. And if you say you love me, see, let me go back. I don't believe that people really know what love is. I think people think they know what love is, but I don't think people know what love is. So the comment that I wrote in her post, she said, let's talk about it. What do y'all think? And I said, that's an excuse. I said, cheating is not a choice. Cheating is a mistake. It's not a choice. Cheating is not a mistake. You make a choice to cheat. Okay? You make a choice to be unfaithful. Age has nothing to do with loyalty. Age has nothing to do with love. I know people that's been with people since they were kids, and they still with that person. Now, have they had a course of breakup and they got with other people? Probably. But see, when people say I love you, that's just something people say. People don't really mean I love you. Because if you love me, like you say you do, you're not gonna betray me. I know people that's been friends with somebody with I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I have a childhood friend. I've been knowing her since kindergarten. She and I went to kindergarten, grammar school, high school together. And I have never, ever, in 55 years, we the same age, I have never talked about her, did her wrong. And in 55 years, 55 years, she has never, ever mistreated me or did anything to me. In 55 years, we have never had an argument in 55 years. I've known her since we were in kindergarten. When we were 5, we're 55. And that was what, I was born in 70. That was 1975. Never in 55 years, nobody has ever came to me and said, Sherelle, Rochelle said this about you, that about you, blah, blah, skippy doo, woo, woo. And not only did we go to kindergarten together, we lived around the corner from each other. She could walk to my house and I could walk to hers. She ain't never did nothing to me. And I have never did nothing to her. That's how long I've been knowing her. I've been knowing her my whole life. If I call her up right now and say, hey, Rochelle, she's a minister now, I need you to pray for me. If I called her right now and told her about what happened, she gonna stop what she doing and she gonna pray for me. She gonna say, what's going on? Why is the goddamn door not open? I have to go in this way. I'll be back, y'all. I'm going to turn my car off because last time I didn't do that. I said, you know what, dum what if somebody drive off in your car? I'll be back. swear, this is the most backwardest ass place I work at. They don't have a box, the key, the box with all the keys. So I told the guy, the E-man, I said, can you just hold the key out for me? I'm not finna walk all the way upstairs and do all of that. I said, he said, I got you. He said, I'll hold the key out for you. I said, okay. So I'll come in and get it. Child. I ain't doing all that, y'all. I is not doing all of that. So he just gonna hold it out for me. So I don't even understand why he don't even have a box. I don't know. I thought the box stayed down there with them, but I guess it don't. Which proves my point that they must work on the weekend. So I just told him, I said, just hold the key for me. You know, I'll come in and get it. I'll come in and get it in the morning. I mean, when I come in. They like, you here early? I'm like, oh yeah. Glenn was my friend Glenn of E-Man. He's like, you here early? He said, you here as early as me? Y'all, I'm not fighting with nobody about no damn key. I just not. I hope they give the key back to the labor's office. Or this is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm up early anyway. Do what I gotta do. I made me some coffee this morning. Trying to stop buying Dunkin' Donuts coffee because it don't be good. Sometimes it be good, sometimes it don't. So I just made my own. It's 5:32 in the morning. I used to be at work at this time when I worked way up north in Ravenswood. Used to be at work at 5:30. So I'm used to getting up early. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about, and I apologize for being gone so long. I appreciate you all that stick with me. I don't want to turn the video off and then turn it back on, and so I appreciate it. Maybe I should. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Anywho, so she went on to say that the reason why they cheated on each other was because they were too young to have gotten married. And that people that cheat, when you cheat, you make mistakes when you cheat. That it's a mistake. People make mistakes. Listen, let me say this to you. Let me tell you the difference between a mistake and a choice. A mistake is when you falsely accuse me of something that I did not do because somebody came and told you something. And you heard something, you wasn't sure about it, and you stopped talking to me. That could be considered a mistake. A mistake is when you did something or said something because you were uninformed. A choice is when you knowingly know that what you are about to do is not the right thing. Cheating is, I'm going to say it one more time. And I want you to listen to me and listen to me good. Cheating is not a mistake. Cheating is a choice. You have a choice to not betray me. I gave you an example. Now, she and I have been friends we don't talk every day. We not in each other's world constantly. We not on the phone with each other. But if I call her, if I text her, if I tell her what has recently happened, she gonna pick up that phone. And she is going to say, let me pray for you. If something was to happen with me or my family, Rochelle Hambrick, that's her name, from kindergarten, grammar school, high school, and lived around the corner from me. I've known this woman, I've known her from a little girl to a middle school, that middle school years. I've known her teenage years, and I've known her now in my adulthood. I know everything, not everything, but I know a whole lot about her, and she know a whole lot about me. Just because I don't talk to her every day, she ain't never, in 55 years, has she ever, and if she has talked about me to somebody, it ain't never got back here to me. I went to kindergarten with her. How many people can say that they got a friend from kindergarten and they the age that I'm at? We almost damn near 60. Now, what I can't tell you, what I can't remember, because she's not on Facebook, I can't remember when is Rochelle's birthday. She probably don't know when my birthday is. But this all class alumni cruise we went on, she was on there. She sent me a text last week about another cruise that she's going on. It's a women's cruise. I ain't gonna be able to go, and I told her that because Chris is graduating. But I was home from the hospital. I had Christopher in March. Rochelle came to my mother's house. She was looking for me. She know where I live. Like I said, because we ain't in each other's world. She came to my mother's house. Did not know that I had just had a baby. She came to my mother's house 3 weeks after Christopher was born to ask me to be her roommate on the 20-year or 25-year, I don't remember what year, my class of 88 was going on a cruise, and she wanted me to be her cabin roommate. Everybody knew I didn't have children. So when she came in there and my mother was like, hey, they was hugging everything, she said, I'm looking for Sherelle. Where is Sherelle at? She said, I know I had her number. She said, I don't know if I deleted. My mother said, oh, she back there. She came back there. I was holding the baby in my arms. She was like, because nobody knew that I was pregnant. Nobody. Even people that I work with. My neighbors did not know I was pregnant. That's how I hid that. She walked back there and saw me holding Chris. She said, who baby you holding? I said, mine. She said, oh my God, you had a baby? She said, girl, I was coming over here to ask you to be my roommate on a cruise. I said, well, I can't. I missed that cruise. They went on that cruise in June or July, and I didn't go because I had a newborn. I had a newborn. But the fact that what I'm trying to say to you all, there are very few people in my life other than my mother, my father, my sister, that, oh, he got the key, okay, that I can say that love me like that. So my point is this. My point is this. If you love me, you ain't gonna betray me. When I'm in love with a man, which I hope to never be ever again in life, I want to leave this earth never, ever being in love with another man. And I mean that from my soul. But when I am in love with a man, and I question myself now and ask myself, have I ever been in love? I feel as though I have been. One thing I know for a fact, there's never been a man that has ever been in love with me. See, you cannot say you love me and you treat me bad. You can't say you love me and you go and you stick your penis inside of another woman when you know I love you. You cannot say you love me and you are willing to break my heart. I don't care what age we are. At 14, you know what's right and what is wrong. I ain't on her side. I'm not on his side. I'm on the right side. And right is right and wrong is wrong. And people want to come up with all of these ridiculous reasons for why they do what they do and why they do. Some of that is justifiable and a lot of it ain't. You know right from wrong. You know right from wrong when you two. If I tell you, if you're a 2-year-old, if I tell a 2-year-old, don't touch that pot. Don't you know how sneaky kids are? Gonna go touch it anyway, see if it's hot. Gonna go touch it. What I'm saying, listen here, animals are sneaky. Animals know right from wrong. Let me tell you something. My cats know. I don't fucking play about them jumping up on my counter in my kitchen, and I don't play about them laying on my couch. When I come out and they see me come out that bedroom and they laying on the top of my couch, they hurry up and get their asses down because they know I'm finna get them. I've got plastic all around my couch. If they getting ready to scratch on the couch and they see me, they hurry up and beeline it and run. What the fuck is you scratching on my couch for and you got all these scratch boards? So you cannot, if a cat and a dog and an ant and a flea and a roach know right from wrong, you can't tell me human beings don't. We do. So when you say, oh, it was a mistake. I cheated on my wife or I cheated on my husband and it was a mistake. Nothing starts out as a mistake. You made a choice to engage with that person. You made a choice to flirt, to be flirtatious. You made a choice. You made a conscious choice. I'm attracted to him. I'm attracted to her. I want to get with them. See, because when I'm in love with you, I don't care if Denzel, Michael B. Jordan with they fine asses. I don't care if, it'd be hard if Prince was alive. If Prince walked past here and Prince came up to me and said, you know, I like you. You know, I want to give you some, or I want to do this, I want to do that, or whatever. I could be with a man who ain't Prince. But as far as I'm concerned, he's my prince. See, I can't say that I love you and I hurt you. I can't say I love you and betray you and break your heart. I know, let me tell you something. My ex-friend, he knew the thing that really upset me and bothered me and hurt my feelings was when every time there was an issue, he would block me. I have told you repeatedly that hurts me, that bothers me. Why would you keep doing something to hurt me that you know that's gonna hurt my feelings? You don't care about me. See, people sit up and say, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about whoever may be looking at this video. Yeah, people say, I love you. I love her. I'm in love. No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't agree with T.D. Jakes, and I love T.D. Jakes. He wrote the book, and I haven't read the book, Woman That Are Loose. And he tried to explain the way a man is, and he tried to explain how men are wired. I get that. I understand that. But see, you don't love me if you know you about to hurt me. When you love somebody, you don't want to do nothing to hurt them. I love my son. I love my baby. There's no way that I would ever do something to him to hurt him. Never. There was a mother who was poisoning her child. They couldn't find out why the child was so sick. Come to find out she was poisoning the child because the father was leaving her. The husband was leaving her. So to get his attention, to get him to come back, she started poisoning this little boy. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? I love Christopher before I ever saw him. I love Christopher. I don't care what way Christopher would have came out. If he had came out, and thank God he didn't, but if he had came out and he had a birth defect, there's a little boy, his name is Thomas, what is his name? He on Facebook. I just started watching him. His name is T3, Thomas the Third. Go look him up on I think he might be on YouTube. I know he on Facebook. He has this disease where he has brittle bones, and he's been wearing this halo because they're gonna do spine surgery on his spine because he's got this big hump in his spine. So he's had to wear this halo, right? He's had to wear this halo. And he's had to wear this halo for months. He's a cute little boy. Cute little boy. I ain't never seen the father around yet, but the mama do all kinds of videos about him, right? Don't you know she love him? Regardless of his disease that is beyond his control. She loved that little boy. I love him too. And he ain't even my child. So today he has to have the spine surgery, and they're going to remove the halo. And I'm praying for him, and I don't even know him. I know he real because she do live videos and stuff like that. So I know he real, you know. But I'm praying for him. He wants to play football. He'll never be able to play football because he doesn't have the body that he has the brittle bone disease. But he's smart. He's intelligent. He loves to eat. He's funny. He has made me smile through all of this that I'm going through. The point I'm trying to make is that love is deep. Love is caring. Love is beautiful. Love is, I want to take care of you. Love is, I don't want to see you hurt. When you hurt, I hurt. Whatever you going through, I'm going through. You got a heavy burden. Let me carry your burden. That's love. See, love ain't I slept with Sally or I slept with Johnny. That's not love. That's not love. And that's what that lets me know that a lot of people in the world don't even know what love is. You know, I realize that people have a lot going. I can never say to somebody, I hate to say that people that take their own lives as what happened in my family, that he didn't love us. I don't really know. I told you all this yesterday. I don't have the reason why. But this is what I will say. I've had some dark days in my life. I've had men to hurt me to the core that I didn't even want to be here no more. And that's the honest to God truth. But I thought about my mother, what that would do to my mother. I thought about my sister, what that would do to my sister. I thought about my father. And then when I had a child, my whole love for everything changed. I never knew that I could love somebody like I love Christopher. I would give Christopher my last of everything. If it meant that he was hungry and all we had was enough food, I would give it to my baby, even him being the age that he is right now. Do you know that I don't want my son on the bus? I order my son an Uber every day. I order him an Uber every day. Because I don't want him on the bus. Why? Because I love him. I care about him. Do you know that my love is not contingent on what his sperm donor has and has not done? I don't think about that motherfucker. That's my baby. That's my baby. I carried him in my womb. I made sure that he was okay in my womb. So that when I pushed him out and brought him to life, pushed him out into the world and brought him here, that he was all right. I took my prenatal vitamins. I made sure I drank my water. I got my rest. I did the things that I needed to do to make sure my child, my son, was all right. When I found out I was having a boy, I was like, oh, I wanted a girl, blah, 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 blah. But I started calling him Christopher when he was still in the womb. When I had my baby shower, everybody knew what his name was because I was writing it on Facebook. Well, I wasn't on, no, take that back. I wasn't on Facebook, but I was telling my friends, in the group email, about my doctor's visits, about my son. You can't say you love me and hurt me. I'm sorry. So when we want to talk about age and we want to talk about, well, they young, or they were young and it was just bound to happen that they cheated, that's a lie. That's just a lie. It's just a lie. You don't hurt people that you love. You just don't. You can't tell me you love me and you hurt me. Now the question is, should they have gotten married maybe as young as they should have? Maybe they weren't ready to get married. Maybe they should have dated. But if I've been with you since 14 years of age, and we've been together that long, you know me. Yeah, people do change. They do. People do grow up. People do become people. Sometimes, you get young, you get with somebody, and you all haven't fully matured, right? and you change. You would hope that, you know, you grow and you mature. So people do change. They change for the good, and sometimes they go in different directions and they're not the same person for whatever reason. But if you love me, you love me. Right now at this age, and the only reason why I'm gonna say this, I can excuse some behaviors based on age, right? I can. And I can give you a pass for you being where you are at 18 and 19. But right now, if I was to date a man right now at the age of 55, and let's say he was 60, and he cheated on me, game over. So I give people passes for age in regards to some things. But you mean to tell me at age 55 and 60, you still, you want to go out and cheat on me at this point in our lives? Nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So my friend said, well, Sherelle, you know, just because they are this age or that age, she said, people that love each other make mistakes all the time and cheat on each other. I said, then they didn't love each other. So I didn't go back and forth with her, but she said that she don't agree with that. She's married. Then you don't know what love is, sweetheart. See, it's a lot of y'all that's married and you don't even know what love is. You got married because for many reasons. You got married because you thought you was in love. You got married because you thought you loved that person. You listen here. Everybody know what cheating is. We know how it starts. We know how it starts, and we know what cheating is. We know what it is. We know how it goes. So you can sit here and try to justify, well, I cheated because I was young. I cheated because, I didn't mean to cheat. I really didn't mean to cheat on him, but it just happened. No, it don't. Nothing just happens. Something that just happened is a car accident. Something that just happens is you won the lottery. But you know what I'm saying? Your body gives you signs of things that's happening. We ignore them. We ignore them. Nothing just happens to us like that. Your body gives you all kinds of signs. Something is wrong with me. Go get me checked out. Your car gives you signs. You drive, y'all know I've been driving this car. Y'all know all the issues I've had with this car. Your car give you warnings. Maintenance light come on, battery light come on, lights coming on. Like, what's wrong? Go take me to the shop. Something is wrong with me. You don't happen to just stumble upon a person and say, oh, let's have sex. No, that ain't how that happened. You all build up. Y'all build up to that plateau. Until you get to that point. You understand what I'm saying? So you can sit here and say, oh no, I didn't know, or I didn't this, or I didn't that. No. That just ain't how they go. So I'm sick of hearing this. I loved them, or I loved her, or I loved him, but I cheated on him. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Now, I know people take people back for cheating. I get it. I've done it myself. Would I do that now? Hell no. If you cheat on me now, at this age, mm-mm. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it was a mistake. You a lie. You cheated on me because that's what you wanted to do. That's what you wanted to do. You entertained it. You entertained it. You cheat because you want to. You cheat because, or you have sex with somebody because you're intrigued, because you're curious. It's not a mistake. And your age has nothing to do with it. So ladies, stop letting men tell you that they did this and they did that because they didn't mean to cheat on you. They didn't mean to do this. They didn't mean to do that. That it just something that happened. That's a lie. That's a lie. They cheated on you because they wanted to. It had nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with them. Men that cheat on you, or men, women who cheat on you, they don't love you. We know what cheating do. We all know what cheating does. We know what it does. We know. We know what it does. It hurts. It's the ultimate betrayal. You can't say you love me and hurt me. I stand by that. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I just don't. I don't care who you are. Well, you know, I didn't mean to cheat on her. Yes, you did. If you had not intended to cheat on me or her or whatever or him, you would have never entertained it. You don't entertain things that you know is going to hurt people. You just don't. You cheated because you wanted to. You cheated because you was curious. That's why you cheated. So when men try to tell you, or when a woman try to tell you, well, you know, I cheated because you didn't do, or I cheated because, no, you cheated because that's what you wanted to do, and it ain't got shit to do with me. You didn't think about my feelings. You didn't think about me because you don't fucking love me. Because when I love you, like I said, when I'm in love with a man, which I hope to never be ever again in life, but when I'm in love with a man, can't shit nobody tell me about him. Ain't shit nobody can make me do anything to betray him. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And you might be telling me the truth about him. But I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm just not. Now, if you agree with me or disagree with me, leave a comment in the comment section. Because love don't hurt. Love don't hurt. All right, y'all, I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have a great and amazing Monday. And I'll see you all on tomorrow on Truthful Tuesday. We can continue to talk about this if you all want to talk about it. But that's the way I see it. And I'm sticking with that. So y'all have a great day. I love you to pieces. Okay. Bye.